You want to have millions of gems like me instead of being broke with your 10,000 gems? No offense, but if so, and you want to be rich, you've came to the right place. In this video, I'm going to be going over on how to macro in the mines in Jules RNG. Now, if you really haven't played too much of Jules RNG, you're probably wondering why the mines. Well, any average player would know that the mini games is what really earns most of the money. Mainly the mines, because the obby is a one-time thing. The mines, also a one-time thing, but it takes a long time if you're going to want to mine the whole thing. Alright, so we're in the mines here, and as you can see, you get a little pickaxe, and you have this little stone plot, or dirt, I don't know. It says stone, but it looks like dirt to me. Anyways, the minigames has changed a lot over time. We're not here to talk about the history of the minigames. We're here to talk about how you can use these minigames and, you know, earn gems. And no, I don't mean just sit here and grind for an hour straight. I mean, who would mine here for an hour straight? What an idiot. I'm here to talk about how you can just leave your computer on, or go sleep, or go outside, which you still probably won't do. But anyways, okay, so first thing you're going to want to do is go in the description of this YouTube video. I know this seems like a shameless plug, but no. Join my Discord server. And as you can see my Discord server, the first thing you'll see is the rules. Just scroll down here and head over to the important section. Click on macro, and you're going to see a lot of stuff here, but most of these do not work because, I mean, I had a lot of trial and error. But as you'll see right here, a pinned message. This message, 8x5 macro. This one is the one that works. And, well, at least what works for me. I use it all the time. And it does work for other people, so, yeah. Just requires some very specific stuff. So, what you're going to want to do is open up Tiny Task here. And I'm not really going to be going over on how to download Tiny Task. You could search up a video on that. And once you download that file, you're going to want to head into Tiny Task and hit open. And since it's a Tiny Task file, it has a specific type. So it should just show a whole bunch of files here. But for me, it shows a whole bunch of files. For you, it'll probably just be this one, Jules mining 8x5. So you're going to want to double click on that. And now your Tiny Task should say Jules mining 8x5 recording. So before we start, you know, macroing and earning a lot of gems overnight, you're going to want to change your preferences or settings, whatever you want to call it. So first things first, make sure your playback speed is set to 1. Continuous playback, make sure this is on. This is important because what the macro does is it mines a certain area and then it stops. But you want to have continuous playback so it repeats the process. Recording hotkey and playback hotkey, this is all up to you. I highly recommend F8 though. Yeah. Recording doesn't matter because you're not recording it, you're taking my recording and just using it. So recording hotkey really doesn't matter, and the rest of these settings you don't really have to touch. That's just visually where you put your Tiny Task. So once you got all that set up, you're basically ready. However, there are some specific things you're going to want to do. So first things first is I just reset my character because I was doing some random shenanigans. Your camera should be reset like this. It doesn't have to be crazy specific because the blocks, they have a certain hitbox, it's not that bad. Just look on top of yourself like this. It doesn't have to be perfect again, but you can't be like this or like this. It has to be somewhat in the middle, like so. Just walk forward, make sure your mouse is, and I want you to zoom out, and see right here where I'm standing, this is the middle block, this is the center. That's where you're going to want to stand. Alright, there, like so. Perfectly align yourself in the middle. Again, like I said, doesn't have to be perfect. Now, this is the part where most people mess up. See, the macro, what it's going to do, it's going to head somewhere around this area, but you're going to want to make sure it does it right. So I'm going to hit F8 on my keyboard to start it, and when you hit F8, right, if you hit it again, it'll stop it. So I'm just going to start it, and then stop it. As you can see, this is not the right area, so we're going to want to zoom our camera in a little bit more. Let's try again. I think that's the right area. Could try zooming in one more time. No. Okay, so this is the right area. So you're just going to want to keep zooming in and out of your camera until you find the right spot, which should be, and when you do it, your mouse should move exactly like this. Up into this box right here. So now I'm going to take my hands off the keyboard and start the macro. If you did the steps correctly, as you can see, it mined 5 blocks wide. Now, the macro might skip a few blocks and mess up, but that's totally normal. So far, it's looking pretty good, but it does get to a point where once you wake up the next day, there's some blocks that it missed, but it's really not that bad because, you know, it still works. Alright, I'll stop talking and let it continue. Oh, as you can see, it made a little, you know, mess up, but that's okay. Still fine. It's mining 8x5, and as you can see, as long as you turn on continuous playback, it restarts and boom. Repeats the process. It'll mine in this kind of rectangle formation till it hits the bottom, bedrock. And for me, it takes like about, I'd say like 4 or 5 hours maybe it can go, and you earn about 200,000 every time you get to the bottom of bedrock. Now, I'm just gonna stop my macro here, you get the point. So yeah, as long as you did all that right, you're good to go. Just make sure you have the specific camera angle and all that stuff. So yeah, you can always replay back the video in case you missed anything. This is gonna be some extra stuff. Alright, so let's just pretend this is a deep hole that heads all the way to the bottom, right? You wake up, it's the next morning, right? And you know, the mining minigame has a 30-minute cooldown, which it's just not worth leaving and rejoining if you want to restart a whole big hole again. So what you can do is, right, you hit to the bottom of your mine, then you head back to the top, right? You know, you hit the back to top button, and now you're back here again. And what you're going to want to do is you could just head over here, and since it mines 5, right, I could just put it right about here, and it'll mine a 4 area instead. Just remember the previous step, you got to zoom in your camera till you get it right. I think right about there. Yep, there you go. Now, as you can see, the macro is going to do the same thing. This is the same macro. I didn't change it. So, see, it's trying to mine the 5th block, but there's no 5th block because we already mined that. But as you can see, it'll still just go through. So, if you want to stay in here, stay in the same mining minigame for multiple days, you could do it up to 3 times. You could do it over here. The middle is where you're going to want to start. Then you could do it over here and here. And doing that in total, like 2 days or so, you get like 1,000,000 gems. So that's how I have so much gems. I'm just gonna put a few comments on screen because I know a lot of you guys were asking, and I just wanted to make this video to help you guys out. And don't be afraid to ask any more questions. I think they're kind of annoying, but I mean, I want to help other people out, so you could leave comments below or questions that you have about the macro, and I'll try to answer them the best I can. Final step. Once you have your riches, you can go crazy and buy what you need. If you want potions, all that stuff. And again, this is literally completely free, so any free-to-play players, you can do that. Now you can buy stuff with gems instead of Robux, because you have all the gems you could possibly need. Anyways, I hope this tutorial helped you guys out, and taught you more on how to macro properly in Jules RNG, besides, you know, macroing in the main game, but mining is definitely the way to go if you want to get lots of gems. So yeah, like I said before, if this video helped you, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support recently, and 600 subscribers. I can't express how grateful I am. Yeah. Goodbye.